All right, everyone, we're back today here at the Disneyland Resort for another video from Food and Wine Festival, but this time for the wine education and tasting seminars. Plus, we have a whole bunch of other things we're doing today, so let's go ahead and get this day started. Spring break crowds are here today. All right, first up for the day is Radiator Springs Racers. Wait time, 1:05.
There's a bad spark plug. Yippee. Radiator Springs.
Not only need to be fast,
You need to look fast. Ka-chow! Ramon! Ramon will finish you a ride. Looking good. Indeed.
All right, so over here at the Sonoma Terrace is where the wine education and tasting seminars are, and our event is sold out today. We're here for the Hill Family Estate Winery Tasting Education Seminar here. So the presenters kind of stand up here, and all the participants are out here in the audience. It's a really fun thing. They're going to teach you about some of the wines that they offer, how to taste them, what to look for. It's a lot of fun. They also do the mixology seminars over here as well too. We talked about that in the first video over here at the Food and Wine Festival, but this is going to be my first event this festival, and then I have another one coming later in April. All right, so next up we are going to try this little item before our event over here. These are the chicharron crusted artichoke dip balls, which is an interesting take. And that's gonna be over here at I Love Artichokes. And Ashley's gonna try them first, and then Nick, because I can't try these ones, so. But I'm interested to see how they are, because, I mean, I'd love to try them.
Well, let's open them up first and see what's inside.
Oh, we're gonna do a little, like, split view?
Okay.
Artichoke reveal.
Okay,
Oh, there is, like, black beans in it.
It's black bean. Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, here goes that. Okay.
All right, she's going in.
Oh, my God.
Is it good?
Oh. That is so good. Wow. That is amazing.
So you can see the artichoke dip inside. They roll it in the crumbs of all the chicharron, and then they deep fry it. So
If any of you guys are sensitive to spice, it has a kick to it. If you don't like spice, don't get it, but that is amazing.
it must be the stuff on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
welcome to the 2022 Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival. My name is Elaine. It's my pleasure to welcome you here to the beautiful Sonoma Terrace. Who's ready for happy hour? Woo! Trick question. It's always happy hour here at the happiest place on earth.
Varieties that gets picked. Chardonnay traditionally has a very thin skin. So this variety, this grape, thrives in areas that are cooler climate, more fog, less heat. So when you think of Napa, Napa's 30 miles long and 5 miles wide at the widest point. Not a very big geographical area. Ashley, 2018, what does that mean? What do you think that means?
That's the year that it was made.
The year that it was made. Beautiful. Yes, not when it was bottled, but when the grapes are picked. Why is that so important, gang? Is Mother Nature the same every year?
All right, so we just finished the wine education and tasting seminar here for the Hill Family Estate. It was a lot of fun. Again, this was a $25 add-on to the event. It did have to be booked in advance, and they are sold out, unfortunately, this year. But maybe for the next Food and Wine Festival, you can try for that. We got to sample 3 wines today, Chardonnay, and then we also had Pinot Noir as well, and then Cabernet Sauvignon to round it all off at the end. We spent some time talking about all the different wines, how they were grown, the science behind them. Not too much talk about the flavors in the wine, but we learned so much today, and I had a lot of fun. Honestly, I'm so glad I did this, and I'm looking forward to the mixology class coming up soon, maybe Easter weekend, so keep an eye out for that one. But you had fun, yeah?
I had the best time, and I definitely recommend next year when Food and Wine gets announced, go immediately on the website and book all the stuff that you want to do with your friends. I learned so much, and it makes me want to go to Napa or Temecula Valley and book my own wine tour with my friends. Like, I want more. It left me wanting more. I had such a good time.
Exactly. So we're gonna finish the vlog today and go do a bunch of other updates at Disneyland, but thanks for joining on this little wine tasting here, but let's get started. So they're still doing straw distribution over here for Magic Key holders. They're giving you a reusable straw that you can use in the parks just for Magic Key holders, so we're gonna head there next. All right, so I got my free gifts right here. It's got the Magic Key logo on it, and it comes with this little clip so you can clip it on your bag. All you have to do is show your Magic Key over here at the base of the Silly Symphony Swings attraction. You can see right over there, it's where we were. They're gonna scan your Magic Key pass, and then they're gonna give 1 per Magic Key holder. This is while supplies last. This was a little bit of a leftover from Magic Key Holder Appreciation Month. As you know, guys, a lot of supply chain issues out there in the world. So it's arrived a little bit late to Disneyland, but better late than never. I didn't get the sunglasses, but I'm happy to get the straw because I hate using Disneyland paper straws or paper straws in general. So I'll definitely be bringing this with me. And it even came with a little wire brush to clean it as well too. But while supplies last, head on over there. If you're here within the next few days, I'd say you're still pretty good on getting one. It looks like they had a lot left. All right, so over here in Pixar Pier, we actually got all of the projectors closed up and more in a position of being tested. I know last time we were here, they were all opened up and kind of being worked on, but now they're closed up. We could be seeing some more overnight testing in the days to come. So all those lucky guests at the Grand Californian over there and the the Paradise Pier Hotel rather, getting those lucky views potentially of World of Color testing. We're only a few weeks away from April 22nd. So, you know, just maybe a few short weeks away of seeing all of the shows and everything going on here. I hope that Disney uses the water fountains then more than just World of Color. I'd love to see a return of the daytime fountain show that they used to do with Goofy, something like that, just to bring a little bit more spice and pizzazz to the area. So let's see and hope that they do something like that as well too. But again, April 22nd, right around the corner. If you guys haven't gotten your reservations yet, don't lose faith. Reservations pop up all the time, so keep on it, trying to get going that first weekend. Or maybe you're going the week after. And keep in mind, the show times for World of Color are already up on the website and on the app. So if you're going on a specific date, check to see what time that's going to be. But let's check out some more updates around the resort. We're over here, guys, in the Pacific Wharf area, and I wanted to highlight these trees. I just think it's so crazy that it's now March going into April, and we're still having Christmas decorations up. I'm not quite sure why these are still here. These are up from festival holidays in early November. And for those that don't know too, I kind of wanted to mention over here as like a fun little fact. This water area is actually a holding spot for the water for the that they use at Grizzly River Run. So right now, the water is at its highest, or partially at its highest, because Grizzly River Run is down. They're currently working on the attraction for its refurbishment. So this whole area is full of water because that is the water that they use on the attraction. And that's why this water is always clear. It's always nice compared to the water over in the main lagoon. And when the attraction is running, you'll see a lot of the rocks over here exposed and stuff like that. But I'm not sure why these trees have stuck around for so long. Maybe we're just gonna see these up here for a whole year until the next festival holidays this November. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that because people never knew that this area right here was where they stored all the water for the attraction. So you ever know if you're in this part of the park and you see the water just completely above the rocks over there, or you see it kind of this high up on the water over here, you know that Grizzly River Run is not operating in some capacity, whether the attraction is down and they've had to drain it or it's under refurbishment. You don't have to walk over there to know because the water wouldn't be here if it was. Fun fact. All right, so we are headed to the Magic Key Terrace, and they've actually opened the new wing. So Disney actually had teased a renovation over here at the Magic Key Terrace. So they actually just opened the newly opened side because they received their furniture delivery, I guess, which was delaying the opening, but they have it now. So this section is open. This is going to be the new area of the Magic Key Terrace, and I'm going to walk through here in just a moment. But we're actually seated on the other side facing Cars Land. So I wanted to take a moment to highlight this mural. So this peacock mural is sort of the new theme of the new Magic Key Terrace. It's all centered around peacocks. Of course, the colors they've chosen are peacock blue throughout. They've got the peacock mosaic tiles here with the peacock feathers on them as well. And then all of the actual stained glass windows have peacocks on them as well too, as you can see back here. I'll show you really quickly. Stained glass windows feature peacocks as well too. And for those that didn't know, this renovation of the Magic Key Terrace, there's a peacock lamp right there as well. The renovation of the Magic Key Terrace was actually led by one of the Imagineers named Kim Irvine, who also helped to redo Sleeping Beauty Castle, but she has an affinity towards peacocks. So this was kind of her baby, her redesign, and they even brought some of the peacock colors over here with these lanterns right next to the fountain. So if you come up here, just know that's where that comes from. And here we are, the Magic Key Terrace. And you can see some of the cocktails. They all have like a throwback name. Some of the old attractions that are long since history here at Disney California Adventure. Of course, the Stinger after the Orange Stinger is like a jalapeno tequila orange drink, since it was the Orange Stinger. You got Millionaire's Manhattan, Drop In If You Dare. Of course, we know what that's akin to, Tower of Terror. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is akin back to the old California Screamin' attraction. Ultra Flight, of course, soaring over California. And then some of the cocktails too. We got the Pizza Mau Mau, which was a pizza location where Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta is now. Heimlich's Choo Choo Juice. This is a really popular one here. You get a full slice and wedge of watermelon right on your drink, which is akin back to the old attraction in A Bug's Land. And then there's some other fun like beers that they serve here as well, and some selections of wine, and then of course some food too. You got Condor Flatbread, which is a throwback to the old Condor Flats, which is now Grizzly Peak Airfield. You got Screamin' Cauliflower Ceviche, of course, California Screamin'. Slider Invasion for the old McDonald's, which was called Burger Invasion here. Bountiful Valley Charcuterie, which of course is where Avengers Campus is now, the old Bountiful Valley Farm. And then Ashley's favorite, Goofy Sky School, aka Mulholland Madness, has its own menu item as well too.
Goofy Sky School stand for life, the best ride here.
I'm glad they're not called Goofy Sky Meatballs. It's
Yeah.
Mulholland Meatballs.
Mulholland Meatballs instead. We tried a good spread, so we'll show you guys what we got. All right, so we got our food in. This is gonna be the Mulholland Meatballs. We got house-made meatballs here with a spicy, creamy tomato sauce, charred broccolini, orange segments, pickled red onions, whipped burrata, which is what we're seeing right here. And then, of course, shaved crostini on top. And you can see the little orange segments here, too. This looks actually really, really good. I'm excited for this one for sure. All right, so this is the dish inspired by the Burger Invasion, the former McDonald's here at Disney California Adventure Park. The Slider Invasion is a festival favorite here at Disney California Adventure, and they've kept it around here at the Magic Key Terrace. It's going to be beef tenderloin sliders with chimichurri and pickled red onions. And you can also, fun fact, sub this out for Impossible Meat if you'd like to have a vegetarian option for this as well. So we're just wrapping up our little kind of lunch, late, early dinner maybe, over here at the Magic Key Terrace. It does feel really exclusive up here, I gotta say. It's kind of nice. You're off the beaten path. You take a break from the hustle and bustle of the parks, especially on a really nice, busy spring break day. It's nice to be up here, get some cocktails, have some wine, have some beer, have some great appetizers, all up here at the Magic Key Terrace. So if you are a Magic Key holder, definitely come up here. It's all waitlist, and you do it from within the Disneyland app. So join that waitlist as soon as you guys get into the park. One of the more recent changes we haven't talked about yet, or at least me, I've talked about it on Twitter, but not on YouTube, is the new Minnie Mouse floral. They made this change earlier this month for Women's History Month and also for International Women's Day. It's the first time Mickey has not been on the floral, and it's been Minnie Mouse instead. Looks like as soon as we walk in here, we got a change over at one of the newsstands. Some construction going on. Disney seems to be really just doing a ton of renovation right now all over the theme park. It's normally their off season, but we know with reservations and things like that right now, it's really just not an off season anymore. So it's really changed the way guests have to plan to visit Disneyland now, because there just isn't an off season. And it looks like we're coming up upon one of the cavalcades that they do for the characters. So. Over here in Fantasyland at the Fantasy Fair area, you can see the Royal Theater actually got a brand new roof on top of it, and it's been completely refurbished, the signage, the paint. And this is normally where they have the vaudeville style shows for Beauty and the Beast and for Tangled. And then during the reopening and kind of pandemic era of the theme parks, this was kind of a socially distanced meet and greet kind of walk through with the princesses. It looks like it's all open, but the princesses aren't over here still. So they're still at their kind of temporary relocation area, which is just kind of right across the way over here. Now, normally, in normal times, the Royal Hall, which is an indoor meet and greet, is where the princesses meet. You can usually meet 2 to 3 princesses at a time. There's a queue for it, and it does get pretty long, but it's a more organized thing. The princesses now are kind of just out and about around Fantasy Fair. You got Cinderella out here right now. You also have Elena. So it kind of happened upon whoever happens to be out here. I know a lot of times they'll come over here. You've got Belle and Gaston over here. You've got Snow White and the Evil Queen up in the tower. Sometimes you have Rapunzel and Flynn over here. It kind of just depends. Last time there was Princess Tiana over there underneath that tree on this direction over here. So it really kind of just depends on who's meeting at that time. But yeah, definitely come over here for the time being, and you can expect princess meet and greets to be either over here or potentially returning back to the Royal Theater. Now, since it is springtime and it was a day after a rainstorm, it's a beautiful day here at Disneyland Resort. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like at spring over here in the hub. It's one of the most beautiful areas during springtime. They've got all kinds of flowers going on. They have the trumpet flowers in the trees. It's honestly one of the best pictures you can get over here. A lot of people mistake these for cherry blossom trees. They're definitely not cherry blossom trees, and it is not cherry blossom season. These are kind of like a trumpet flower tree. I would say most of the year here, they're kind of like not the best looking trees, but when it is springtime and the flowers do bloom, it's a pretty thing, but it doesn't last for very long. And Disney usually complements that with tons of flowers planted all around the hub and also around the partner statues you can see here. They really bring out all the colors. Fun little thing I just wanted to show you guys. For those of you that don't get to get out here during the spring season, it's one of the most beautiful times around Disneyland, and the horticulture department really goes above and beyond and adding a ton of additional complimentary flowers around the hub. But let's go ahead and head now to Frontierland. I wanted to show you guys some of the closures over in Frontierland and New Orleans Square area, more specifically, that can affect your next visit. So we'll check out that next. Before we exited Frontierland, I wanted to take a moment to highlight this area for you guys. This is Zocalo Park. It's right outside Rancho del Zocalo restaurant and also the Big Thunder Mountain exterior queue area. This is a meet and greet for characters from Coco, like Miguel over here, and then also characters from Encanto and Mirabelle. She meets right over here. Now, Mirabelle used to meet over at Disney California Adventure, but they did move her meet over here to Frontierland. They do alternate, so once Miguel is done, he will leave, and then Mirabelle will take her place over here on the other side. There is no specific times. You kind of just have to time it correctly. You can already see there's people waiting over here for Mirabelle to come out. As soon as Miguel finished his meet and greet set with everyone. Then they'll switch out with Mirabelle and she'll come in, but there's no real way to wait for it. The cast members just kind of tell you to wait off to the side. So if you want to head to that area, if meeting either one of those characters is a priority for you, just check with the cast member to see who's coming out next, and then you can kind of hang around nearby to wait for the character you want to see to come out. But let's head over here just outside Frontierland so I can show you the first thing I was going to talk to you guys about. So over here in Frontierland, just before you enter New Orleans Square, right outside the Mark Twain dock, you can see some of the more exterior work being done, not only on Tom Sawyer's Island, but right in front of it for some of the Fantasmic infrastructure for the show's return on May 28th. Now, the president of Disneyland was interviewed and was asked why this particular kind of redo was taking a little bit longer, and he said there was a lot more to do for Fantasmic than there was for World of Color, which is surprising to me because World of Color sent like such a big project. They had to drain all the water, they redid the projectors, but this looks like it's taking a lot more. Not only that, but they have the dragon hidden in the dungeon up there on the island for the show as well too. So and who knows, with a lot of this cover over here, maybe we see some new infrastructure be put into place for Fantasmic for the years to come. Maybe some of the newer fountains we see over at World of Color, so potentially could be why it's taking a little bit longer. But let's head over to New Orleans Square so we can show you some of the other closures that just recently happened. Now, one of the biggest changes over here, of course, in New Orleans Square is Pirates of the Caribbean is now closed. Pirates of the Caribbean closed on March 14th for a lengthy refurbishment. We only have refurbishment calendars available for so long, so it's not currently available to show when it's back. But it's kind of unfortunate that the attraction is closed because Pirates of the Caribbean is celebrating its 55th anniversary, but won't actually be open to celebrate that milestone. The Pirates of the Caribbean, unfortunately, was experiencing some pretty significant ride challenges. There was a lot of downtimes with it. It definitely needed some sort of refurbishment, but also a part of that refurbishment is going to be potentially a reworking of how you wait in line for the attraction with a lot of these central planners here in New Orleans Square. Rumor has it that part of the closure really wanted to coincide with some big changes over here in New Orleans Square before Fantasmic did debut on May 28th. I don't know, I just can't see them doing all this stuff prior to the May 28th reopening of Fantasmic, but a big rumor was that these trees that flanked the queue of Pirates of the Caribbean, which are a huge part of Disneyland history, were going to be removed. There were some rumors that the trees were diseased, and also that they take up a lot of space in that queue there and don't allow for the most potential amount of people to be kind of zigzagged back and forth within there to accommodate the largest queue. Pirates of the Caribbean's queue is constantly a problem for Disneyland cast members as far as how it fits into the space and really affects traffic flow. Another rumor as well too was that this corresponding construction over here at New Orleans Square was being held out for so long so that potentially it could mix and match with the Pirates of the Caribbean queue now. And sometimes when the queue is long for Pirates of the Caribbean, which seems to be like most times these days, they use this exterior queue that kind of goes back over there towards the elevator shaft that goes up to 21 Royal. But rumor has it was they potentially might integrate it into the base of the tree and gather some more exterior queuing for Pirates of the Caribbean. Who knows? Well, I'm sure there's a lot of things in play over here for the renovation of Pirates of the Caribbean. I hope that the ride system gets some attention because that thing was consistently breaking down on a regular basis. And for those that don't know, when Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, it's a really big problem, big hassle for a lot of the cast members. The ride system is old. The boats have to be physically pushed out of the way, which means everyone has to suit up in galoshes and wade through the water as they push the boats to an area where guests can disembark safely. It's not a great system. It takes a really long time, and it's not a good experience for anyone. But let's continue to walk through New Orleans Square to show you guys some of all these construction walls up, because supposedly these planners are going to be changed in a big way. So the construction wall layout around these planners is really affecting traffic flow throughout New Orleans Square in Disneyland. You can actually not get out of New Orleans Square this way. It's going to dump you right into the dining patio of the French Market here. So it completely cuts off the front half of New Orleans Square with the back half. So if you find yourself walking this direction, you're going to be forced directly into the French Market's dining patio. So keep that in mind if you guys are coming over here. But let's walk along the front side to check out some more of the walls over here. I haven't seen the layout of how they're doing things. And of course, on the walls, they have some more artwork celebrating Pirates of the Caribbean's 55th anniversary. Little photo ops for people to take since the ride won't be open, like I mentioned, for its iconic anniversary. However, it's gonna reopen. So it'll certainly be open within the anniversary year, but just not for the specific date. But these are some of the planters that we were talking about right here. So you can see how these planters really break up the walkways in New Orleans Square on different levels. Now, this does aid in viewing the Fantasmic show, obviously, since it provides a amphitheater style viewing experience, so people can be higher than different levels and you're not kind of just standing on a flat surface. But some of those planters, at least at the back half of New Orleans Square, really cause a huge problem when it comes to queuing for Pirates of the Caribbean. Normally this entire pathway that we're walking on here can be completely taken up by a backwards and forwards queue for Pirates of the Caribbean. And then there's nowhere for regular guests to walk. And then when you have Fantasmic going at the same time, it just complicates things. So this is something they've always had issues with when it comes to Pirates of the Caribbean and Fantasmic together, especially now with the parks being more crowded than they ever have been. So that's the rumors for kind of what's going on in Pirates. For all we know, though, it could just be a standard refurbishment at Pirates of the Caribbean, and none of that could be happening. We do have those things behind construction walls, but we'll have to see how they change it. And then we're gonna head over here to Pelican's Landing. We'll take a look at the Columbia as well too, which is under refurbishment, most likely also for Fantasmic, as the Columbia is used in the show. So over here at Fowler's Harbor, you can see we have the sailing ship Columbia docked for some refurbishment. It isn't a dry dock because not that long ago in November, the ship was actually docked for some lengthy refurbishment and it came back in late November. But now it looks like it's closed for some Fantasmic and kind of surface level refurbishment, some painting, things like that. We can show you from the side over here. A lot of the refurbishment just seems to be surface level, plus a lot of the anchors and stuff like that are being installed for some of the Fantasmic infrastructure. Of course, this boat is used during the segment in the show, so it makes sense that this is kind of happening around the same time, right before everything else is, because the show debuts May 28th. And that about wraps up this update video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button, as it helps YouTube recommend this video to other people not subscribed to the channel. And speaking of subscribing, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you're notified when I put out a video next, as it always isn't the same time every single week. But thank you again so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.